Now on Daf Nun Hey Amid Beis, b'Maiko Miflagi, Tanakama Sovar Tlosa Kroik Siva, where three times the Torah requires Pesach Ol Moed, Chad Legufe, Dini Boy Pesach Ol Moed, that the Shechita of Shlomim requires that there be an entrance into the Oel Moed, and that means an entrance to the Heichal in the case of the Beis HaMikdash, and the Heichal has to be opened. It cannot be doors locked. Chad lahachshel tzdodim, v'chad lifsol tzidei tzodim. V'tzafar lo itzrich kra. Tanakama holds you don't need a pasuk to be marbe that the shlomim could be shechted in the tzafar. Rav Loza Sovar, chad legufe, dini boy pesach ol moed. So he only needs one to teach you gufe and that it is, connected the entrance into the heichal, which is open. But he needs a pasuk because of the kavachomer that he offered on Omid Aleph to teach me that the kachim kalim could be shechted in the tzafon. Chad lahachshit stadim, b'tzidei stadim lo itzrich kra. So the third pasuk going to Rabbi Loza is coming to machshir the area on the sides of the entry into the heichal, and tzidei stadim are excluded, and we don't need a mute for that. When we compare these three psukim, we find a discrepancy. Pesach Ol Moed, What's the difference between those two? Shlomim sheshchatan kodem shipaschu dlotza heichal. If he wakes up early in the morning and the Kohen shechts the shlomim before the doors of the heichal were open, psulin, the carbon is possible. Shenever ushchato pesach oil moed, bisman shehu pasua. So if there's a discrepancy here, but in one pasuk it says pesach oil moed, that word pesach is coming to teach me that it's got to be zman shehu pasua. If low zman shehu no, but not if it's locked. It's marnami omar mar ukva bar chama omar Rab Yossi Rab Chanina shlomim sheshchaton. Kodem shi pasku dosas heichal psulin shlemar ushchato pesach ol moed v'zman sha pesach heichal pasulo zman shuno. B'marova masni lo Omar Rav Yaakov Omar Rav Ashi Shlomim sheshchaton kodem shi pasku dosas heichal psulin u'v'mishkan kodem shi amidu levim es hamishkan. Right, they used to take apart the mishkan and rebuild it. And if it was a point in which they hadn't yet rebuilt it, restructured the Mishkan, then that shechita is going to be possible. If the Mishkan was taken apart, right, dissembled by the Levium, psulim, shlomim are possible. And this is a unique halach in Shlom. Pshita Mugaf kinol Tommy. Mugaf means he did Hagafa. Hagafa means it was mamish cemented down, so that's completely locked. But Vilon Mai, what about a curtain? Rab Zera hu atzmo ein nase el kepesel pasua. It's the whole purpose of the Vilon is to give privacy, but it's not meant to to separate the heichal from the Azor. Govamai, what if there's a high mound that separates the heichal and its Pesach from the Azora, or a block of wood? Does that mean that the shechita of the shlomim in the Azor is possible? Toshma, the Sanya Rab Yossi Yehudomer Shnei Pishpishin Hoyu Bebeis HaChalifos. So right, there are smaller doorways, openings. In the base hachalifos, khalifa, Rashi says, is Arabic for knife. I think that's true even today. And the Kohanim used to keep the knives in this Beis HaChalifos, a chamber of knives. V'gova Shmona. He's saying here that the height of the Beis HaChalifos was 8 amos high. That's a pretty serious height. Gova. K'dei lahachshas hazara kula. L'achilas kodshim, shchitas kodshim kal. My love, the ika kamayu shmona. That simple reading, it seems that there's an 8 amma high barrier in front of the doorways. And yet it says explicitly, lahachshir es hazara kula achilas kodshim, shchitas kodshim kal. So you see that the shchita kodshim kal could take place in these areas, even though there were these high barriers placed in front of the Pesach HaHeichal. Look, the Gavu Ninu Shmona. It means that the doorways themselves were 8 amos high. And we're up to Mesri. Kol HaShiorim, Shoisham Govan Esrim Amma, Rochvan Eser Amma. So how could the Brisa say these Pishpashim were 8 amos high? I mean, it says that all the gates were 20 amos high. It's a lot more than 8 amos high. Pishpash and shining. Now we're talking about small doorways. The larger doorways in Ochinami, they were, as we said before, Esrim Amma. They were 10 amos wide, but we're talking about small, minor doorways. And they would not render the entire, the area of the Azara as Pasal Shchitas Kachim Kalan. Affecting more of Ika Stodim. I guess has to do with the Ulam, what they call in English the antechamber, and the sides of the Ulam, like the strips opposite the northern and southern walls of the antechamber, they don't face any Pesach. So how could the Brisa then say that the entire Azara was fit for the Shechita of Kachim Kala? So the Gemara answers the Pasach lehu bekeren zavis, that these two doorways were at the corners of the Ulam, so that each doorway faced 2 directions. So Gemara says, Achored Beis HaKaporos Mai, what would be the status of the area behind the Ulam and the Beis HaKaporos, the chamber of the Ark cover, right, which is behind the Kodesh Kadoshim. Right, this doesn't face any of the doorways. Is Toshma, Tiyoma Rami, Barav Yuda Marav, Lul Koton Hoyachure Beis HaKapores, K'tei Lahachshir Hazora, Lachilas Kodshim Kodshim, Ushchitas Kodshim Kalem. Ainu Diksiv Shnayim La Parbor, Mai La Parbor, Omar Rabba Bar Shilo, Rav Shilo, Kimandi Omar Klape Bar, towards the outside. And this leads us to Rabbi Yehuda Shmuel on the bottom of Nun Hey and Beis, and that's where we'll stop. Thank you so much.